He's a proponent for dredging projects, integrated forest management projects, sustainable mining operations, and renewable energy power plants. He's been a program management consultant with a degree in Bachelor of Science in Agricultural and Biosystems Engineering, specializing in technology adaptation for PPP projects, renewable energy, biofuels, mineral processing, mine rehabilitation, plantation management, solid waste management, flood control projects, and water impounding and irrigation projects. He's been a government consultant since 2008 for agro-industrial programs, mechanizations, and systems designs for support facilities, for regulatory compliances to mining operations, for environmental planning tools and dredging and reclamation, disaster risk management, and preparedness plans, for climate change mitigation and adaptation plans, for progress monitoring, impact assessment evaluation, and for government procurement and goods and services. So he's a very experienced person. So with that, no further ado, we'll have our speaker. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. This is a great opportunity for me to share with you the very relevant topic. In fact, one of the major development work in terms of site developments, saving the sizable areas for agricultural purposes, and saving people's lives. I completed my degree, my engineering degree, 16 years ago. I started in dredging work since 2014 in Region 6. That was in EB Magalona, Negros Occidental. So after some 2 years, we were not able to get the ECC that we were applying for in some 15,000 hectares offshore area in EB Magalona. And so that's why I transferred to Zambales. And in Zambales, I started on 2016. Zambales, 2016. And imagine, 2016, 17, 18, and now, we're not operating yet. This is not a metallic mineral. This is just sands. This is just silt materials from the rivers. And so we're continuously making assessments of the problem, and I'm looking on some other provinces if they are also experiencing the same problem. And I found out that it is really difficult in the perspectives of the stakeholders, from the LGUs, from the contractors, the communities, because Philippines is just starting to engage with this kind of projects. Because before, it is the DPWH who is mandated to bid out dredging works to private contractors for a budget, for a certain budget per cubic meters. Say for example, 250 pesos per cubic meter. You dredge this river and we will pay you 200 to 250 pesos per cubic meters. And whoever win the bidding will start working, will start dredging the river. In this case, because of several rivers in the Philippines simultaneously being silted from the shoreline to up to 20 to 30 kilometers upstream. Imagine that, the siltation. We need to do it simultaneously, but we don't have the money. It is fortunate that the silt materials are sands. And so, here comes the DO 139, DPWS DO 139, allowing private companies to apply for dredging permits. But it did not go very well for some reason. Can we play the videos? Can somebody assist me playing the videos?
Excuse me, your presentation is half an hour open forum. How long is your presentation? How long?
How long?
Yes,
So,
because if it's 1 hour, there's no room for open forum. Can you
I'll,
make it
I'll
half
do
an
my
hour?
best. I'll do my best to make it very concise.
Mga half an hour? How long? 20 minutes?
Maybe less.
Good, good.
Yes.
Because we want discussion. Thank you.
Yes, and I promise that I'll answer all your questions to the best of my knowledge and belief. Video.
And also, you want to tell us how we can help you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
This is Santo Tomas River. The width of the river is 1 kilometer. The length is 20 kilometers. The siltation is 15 meters average. It is practically a desert there. The next one.
Can you proceed because we
Yes.
want time for discussion.
So, go back to the slides, sir, please. In Zambales alone, we have 4 major rivers. Santo Tomas River, Bukaw River, Maloma River, and Pamatawan River. All of these rivers combined will give us around 2 billion metric tons of sands. You can dredge, say, 1.5 billion of that can be dredged. It's workable and very safe to be dredged. So the problem, where's the problem? We don't have the money, and there are companies who are willing, very much willing to do it, to dredge. And 15%, around 15% of the economic value of 1.5 billion metric tons will go to the LGU and National Treasury and to the communities in the area, in the direct impact and nearby areas. So, in Zambales, in the case of Zambales, because other provinces are practically the same, from Cagayan, from La Union, from Ilocos Norte, Lawag, even Cavite, and Batangas, Oriental Mindoro, Occidental Mindoro, Negros Oriental, Negros Occidental, Other rivers in the Visayas, other rivers in Mindanao are practically the same. Some are worse than Zambales. There is a data from 1990 to 2000, 10 years, span of 10 years. 8,000 have died. 8,000 people have died during heavy rains. 2,000, more than 2,000 were injured during heavy rains. That was 1990 to 2000, span of 10 years. The statistics are getting worse. It is now more than double. The area of agriculture which were eroded because of high currents in the rivers, thousands, tens of thousands of hectares. Marine lives in the rivers and in the seawater were also affected. We cannot do anything about it, but we can dredge the river. We can sell the sands. We can provide development projects to the communities. We can save lives. And the Philippines are still very young in this undertaking. In spite of these new opportunities, there are private companies who are very much willing to help us. The government is still working on their policies. So, 2014, DPWH DO-139, year 2018, DNR DAO 2018-23, that's 23. JMC 2019-01. This is a joint memorandum circular of DILG, DNR, DPWH, and DOTR. Everybody is working on the policies, but we're not dredging yet. Dredging is, of course, very general, very broad. When we're working on the port development, on-site developments, reclamation areas, we are dredging. But the topic this morning is about the silting of the major rivers in the Philippines. So, what are the possible approach? We have our steel industry being developed by the Duterte administration. We're looking at establishing smelting facilities, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, because we have vast resources of raw materials. We have high-grade magnetic sands, 70% iron. That is 40 to 50 US dollar per metric ton, FOB port. We have various reasons to look into this problem because aside from providing 15% of the economic value, by the way, is 6.5 US dollar per metric ton. To some areas, it goes up to 7 per metric ton FOB. But because of the rapid expansion of steel industries, in Asia, Philippines has adequate amount of resources. We have also new technologies from Korea, Russia, Germany. We are looking into establishing the steel industry, or local steel industry. So this is an initial estimate by the MGB. We have iron ore, 1.5 billion metric tons. This is a national estimate, iron ore. Magnetic sand, around 2 billion. and nickel laterite 600,000 metric tons. And the sands can go as big as 5 billion metric tons. Sands, just plain sands. Imagine the revenue that the LGs can generate from this dredging permits, if ever approved. One practical case is the previously mentioned project, 15,000 hectares offshore dredging, EB Magalona. In EB Magalona, the initial application for offshore is 20,000 metric tons. So by law, it has to be relinquished every year. 2014, it was 15,000. 2019, maybe more than 10,000 hectares. Just a small area to be dredged. Hindi naman po yung buong dagat. Hindi naman po hindi naman po lahat ng coral areas. May identified areas lang na talagang silted and affecting the communities already. So by estimate, that project alone, that one project alone is worth how much? $5 billion US. Yes. Yes. Meron na pong PO yan. May purchase order po yan. Pero hanggang ngayon, 2019, hindi siya naka-operate. Of course, magnetic sand is branded, no, already. It was tagged as a very destructive operation. Dredging magnetite sand is very destructive in a way na nag-erode yung shoreline. That is if you do it wrong. But if you do it correctly, you can dredge very safe, no erosion, and will provide us a lot of benefits and economic benefits. So, what is the permit applicable? Before, it was MPSA. We're talking about dredging, but you can also dredge inland and offshore. For inland, you can just secure several quarry permits, 5 hectares, with limitation of 50,000 CBM per year per permit. But in the case of dredging, unlimited. It is how the governor perceives it right. That is my statement. Because some are applying for MPSA, some are applying for a special extraction permit, some are applying for just a foreshore lease agreement. And they can dredge already. But no major dredging projects were executed to date. Just quarry level volume of extraction. So we will end up with these slides, and all that I have presented to you verbally shall be posted in our website. A more comprehensive file of this presentation. So what are the problems? You can always see from the newspaper that every time that there is a dredging vessel coming in from China, from Sierra Leone, from Indonesia, from Malaysia, from Russia, these dredging equipment are bad news in the community. They don't have the knowledge about it first. We cannot refute that. These people are not yet privy to our business. And of course, the LGUs has to be addressed, approached properly before you bring in your equipment. So, what are the management approach to start a major dredging works? Because there are a lot of pending projects. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao. I know a lot of reclamations, and one of the proponents is here with us this morning. But we need these materials. Mostly sands, and then of course, crush aggregates and armor rocks, and so on. So the floor, I open the floor now for specific questions so we can address it specifically and we have more time as requested. Thank you.
The Management Association of the Philippines, AgriBusiness and Countryside Development Foundation, and its special partners present a certificate of appreciation to Mr. Delos Santos for his invaluable support in the advocacy and promotion of agribusiness and countryside development and his commendable and unselfish service rendered to this foundation as guest speaker given on this 27th weekly forum meeting held at the Formation Center in Makati City.
Can you
And we also
advertise,
have
Mr. Real? Sorry, yes.